The current price of XRP is $2.13, but this will all change in less than 6 days. As more than $654 trillion is expected to enter the XRP ledger, and XRP is expected to become the fast dollar for transactions, June 27th represents a historic move for XRP that might cause its price to rise from $2.13 to over $11,898. Indeed, on June 27th at precisely 11:59 p.m. EST, one of the biggest burns is scheduled to occur on the XRP ledger. This will cause a supply shock for XRP due to the massive burn and the massive influx of money totaling over $654 trillion, but it will also cause a significant spike in XRP's price, which could reach as high as $11,898. You could think I'm insane now. We will discuss two specific topics in today's video. The price of XRP comes first, followed by Phase 2. How much XRP should you have on hand by June 7th at 11:59 p.m., which is precisely when this event is scheduled to take place? All of this points to a larger picture, which is that Arthur Britto, the co-founder of XRP and Ripple, foresaw this precise time. He had a global, scalable vision for XRP, which is now enabling over $650 trillion. Experiencing that huge burn and supply shock once more, in his ideal world, XRP would cost more than $10,000 per XRP. Additionally, we are witnessing several, and I say multiple because I will be showing you all. When regulation and when it is decided that XRP is the world's bridge currency, several institutions, including the managing director of the capital, have predicted and thoroughly analyzed that XRP may be worth between $10,000 and $35,000. And it's all happening right in front of our eyes, with CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, launching on the XRP ledger and the global central bank formally announcing their intention to use XRP to facilitate cross-border payments. The most recent of these is the U.S. Central Bank, U.S. Federal Reserve, and U.S. Treasury, which are closer to home. Additionally, the launch of a crypto strategic reserve that will primarily consist of U.S. cryptocurrencies, including XRP, since it's the largest American-based currency currently in existence. As we discuss this once more, June 27th is the date in question, and a lot is going on. In addition to discussing $650 trillion, we also discussed the biggest burn. In case you are unaware, a huge organization that formally announced the launch on the XRP ledger and the intention to tokenize and transact over $654.39 trillion onto the XRP ledger using their native token, the real token, is facilitating all of this. This is a huge step in every way that is currently feasible. They have stated that a significant event will be placed on June 27th, and the real token will facilitate $650 trillion on the XRP ledger. That is, up to 80% of the whole Phase 1 supply that will be used to transact the more than $650 trillion will be made up of the actual token that is burned. This implies that on that date, the large burn will generate a supply shock for the XRP currency in addition to the trillions entering the ledger. Because if you think about it this way, 80% of the supply of the genuine token is set to burn. Due to its extremely limited quantity and the enormous demand for the real token to transact it, the real token will simultaneously transact $653 and transport it to the acceptor, causing it to soar in value. For real tokens from 2 cents, the price might be in the tens, hundreds, or even millions of dollars. Once more, they are not my words. Examine Grok AI. We had to perform some basic math since everyone is familiar with Grok ChatGPT. Here, the real token Phase 1 supply of 100 million is stated. What would the real token price be if it were injected into the market capitalization of $654.39 trillion? This is all in the XRP ledger, and I will explain how it will have an immediate effect on the price of XRP. However, at this scale, we are looking at $6.5 million per real token. Let's assume only 2% of the $654.39 trillion is injected into the market capitalization. Pay attention to the cost. If it's just 2%, the real token price would be $130,000 per token at that pace. That's what we're discussing. I'm packed my bags because of this, guys. Of course, I'm buying this. I must say that you must be open and honest in this situation. My goal is to get as many actual tokens as I can. This project is really just getting started. Real estate is formally being tokenized. 654 trillion will be injected by them. We are essentially ensuring a supply shock because of the massive burn that is scheduled for June 27th. As the date approaches, the price of XRP will actually soar, but the real token will soar even more. I mean, we're going to witness a real token skyrocket in the coming days, and it's going to get crazier and the price will get higher as June 27th approaches. The Real FI ecosystem and the Real FI team, which is again native to the Real tokens, have announced that the Phase 1 burden schedule is set for June 27th at precisely 59 CDS. This event may cause a supply shock for both Real tokens and XRP, but why is that the case? Well, consider this. In order to transact, you must purchase XRP. This implies that the actual token will be worth $650 trillion. In reality, everything will have to travel through XRP, which will lead to a huge demand for XRP. I'm talking about a huge demand. As a result of actual burning, we will also witness a significant amount of XRP burning. Why is it the case? Because each and every time you conduct a transaction on the XRP ledger, including a burn transaction, since you are burning XRP in the process, along with gas fees, Real token is going to undergo a massive burn. As a result, they will have to pay a significant amount of gas fees, which will further reduce the supply of XRP. In either case, Real token will skyrocket, and while XRP may reach $11,898, Real token will hit $130,000. All of this will occur from its current price of 2 cents. Guys, I know that sounds strange, but the truth is that just a few years ago, Bitcoin was worth less than a penny. Now, it's worth over 130,000, and its quantity is far greater than that of Real tokens for Phase 1, such that those figures are visible. 130,000 isn't as wild as you might think, especially for a utility-based project that tokenizes and facilitates $650 trillion. It is based on the most cost-effective, efficient, and payment infrastructure, and it appears that it is still expanding. I mean, these folks have a lot of ties to Ripple. Ripple has met with them. As far as projects go, it doesn't get any better than this. Even for support, guys, take a look. There are some extremely strong support levels with very little resistance that is utility-based and truly has potential. It's still very early, but if you look at these resistance levels, guys, you need what? $50,000, $60,000, $60,000, $60,000 to literally skyrocket the price of the Real token to go into possibly tens of dollars from 2 cents. This thing with $2,000, $3,000 will not only make you generational money, I mean, we're talking about here potential for $1,000 to make you millions of dollars. We have arrived at this conclusion, and this is the possibility. Guys, just picture the cash flow of the $650 trillion that will be used to create the actual token. This will cause it to occur once more. Even though it's absurd, it's not as shocking as you may think. Once more, we're witnessing millions of dollars per X per actual token. All of the links will be provided below the description. However, I would like to present to you all that the website Real Token has received an astounding 8.7 out of 10 rating, which is crazy regarding the electric project and the transaction that has taken place. All 3 holders are minimal risk, and they have a 1,151 watts, which is 100% Poor X score and 100% KYC score. Once more, it may seem like a lot, but this is still very